Okay. Well, the first thing we're going to do is log into Supply Chain Portal. It's no different interface than what we saw yesterday on the webinar. I am going to log in as a vendor managed inventory user. So it's produce.vendor.mi. That's just my test user. And of course, you'll be using your user login that I sent out or will get sent to you today. Or if you don't already have that, just let me know.
Well, yeah, I've already got. So yeah, so I've already got some usernames because I got usernames for everybody. So will I use the same username for this one as I do with the other one?
Yep, for sure.
Okay.
Okay. So the part that was not shown to the other vendors yesterday that is exclusive to the folks who are doing vendor managed inventory for BJ's is this menu option on the left here that looks like the 3 blocks on top of each other, and it's called the allocation worksheet. Okay. And so what you'll do is when you're going to go in and enter the values for the various items in a particular day, you just click on the allocation worksheet menu option, and it'll bring you into this screen here.
Okay.
And you have a couple different options here for finding the items that you want to manage the inventory for. You can use this drop down, and this will allow you to select an item catalog. Now, these catalogs you can either create yourself, or I believe BJ's is going to have them created for you guys automatically. Don't know necessarily that you have to use theirs, but you can create your own such that if you're buying one set of items and somebody else is buying some other items, you can set up a catalog for you. They can set a catalog up for them. They could have different items on them, and it'll just display the items here that are on that catalog. Okay. So you select the catalog. You select the start date that you want to buy for. Okay, I'm just going to leave it today because there's a few things I want to show you about it. And then you can specify the number of days. We default it to 7, but you can go all the way up to 56 or even further if you want to. I'm going to put, just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to put 17 in there. That'll give us a little over 2 weeks. Okay, and then you just press the search button. Okay. All right. So what is Yep. So yeah, you see the items going down the left here.
Yep.
And you see which DC they're going to go to. Now, all 3 DCs are going to pop up here. So if you're selling a product into Elkton, Rocky Hill, and Orlando, you're going to see the same item 3 times, but the DC is going to be different. Okay, so you can buy for all 3 DCs at the same time.
Okay, so they'll all show up at the same time versus like how we look at it now. I have to go and select the DCs.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to show you a little bit later how you can sort of filter some of that stuff out. But for now, what's going to show up is every item for every location.
Okay.
All right, we got this dwell column here. Now this stands for dwell. So it basically shows how long the product can live in the warehouse. Now these are just test items, so these are like 15 days. I think they're more of like guidelines. They're not specific rigid rules, but they're more guidelines about how long that product should live in the warehouse. Okay.
Okay.
This average column here is an average 8-week movement. So what's the average by week for the last 8 weeks for this product? So it just basically summarizes each week by week, divides it by 8, bingo, you got your number. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and then we have columns for each day. And since we've started on the 14th, which is today, we basically see 17 days out. And all you have to do is simply just scroll to the right, okay? And you can you can go all the way out to the full 17 days, which I think probably takes to the end of the month. Okay, so all you have to do is just scroll left and right, and you can put values in here. Okay, so I went and just put some test data in, and I said the way I sort of set it up is we placed an order for today. I placed an order for today for all these items, and so there's purchase orders out there for these items, and if you hover over the ID column, you'll see that you can see what the purchase order number is, the quantity, and who's supplying it.
Okay.
And then if you want to, you can click on that, and it'll bring up a quick edit menu or quick edit dialog here. And if this is a purchase order that's intended for Potandon, you have the ability to change it right here.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Okay. Yeah. So you can change it, and then BJs will get notified, whatever the case may be. So hopefully that saves you some time.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what you can't see is oh no, I'm sorry. If these were days in the past, so if I was showing you like Thursday or Wednesday or Tuesday of this week, you also be able to see those purchase orders. But if those were delivered on those days, you obviously can't change those values, but you can see what sort of made up that inbound value. Okay, and those inbound values on those days that are in the past when the product was actually delivered will be actuals. So, if it came in, this particular item here came in and there was 625 cases on instead of 600, you would see 625 came in for that day, and it would be reflected on the PO.
Okay.
You can always get to the details, but you can't always edit them. Obviously, if it's in the past and been received, you can't edit that, but you can see what came in. So, all right. So what I did was I simulated just some outbound forecast values, or what the clubs would order in this OB column. So, let me just go over the columns real quick. IND is what we, yep, exactly. Inventory, inbound, the buy amount, and the outbound. Okay.
Okay.
This buy amount changes depending on the day. So, or depending on the time of day. At one point of the day, it's a forecast value. Okay.
Right.
We receive orders in from BJs that actually are the specific orders that need to go out to the club. And when we start receiving those in, then that outbound value actually changes to be club orders, and then that value is not editable. When it's just a forecast value like it is now, these can be changed.
Right, you can change.
Okay, and BJs will come in. Yep. But once we start receiving the orders and the actual club orders in from BJs, that value goes to
right. So it's kind of like it'll go to a solid number versus like an entry number. It'll actually just start changing to, and I can't mess with it once it starts.
Yep.
Once the orders start flowing in.
Yep.
Okay.
And then after that period, after we actually ship the orders to the clubs, then that value changes again to what we actually did ship.
Okay.
Okay. Again, it's then. Yeah. So. All right. So then the buy value, which is the value I think you guys manage, right?
Right.
You just come in here and you'll just type the number that you want. Say that the buy value here needs to be, we've got 340 going out, maybe we're going to buy 375 so that we keep our so that we keep our inventory correct. And when we enter the 375, notice that before, I'm just going to make that 0. We got 340 in the inventory value now on Tuesday is 160, but when we put a buy value in of say 375, and tab out of it, our inventory goes up to 535.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And it just sort of carries that along there. So you can do all kinds of what if scenarios based on, what if we bought, 500 this day? What would the inventory look like on Thursday? That kind of thing. So you can do all that and go back and change it if you want to. Okay. And so you can do that for all the numbers that you want to here. So if we're going to get 2,000 here, you can see what that does. Whenever there's a negative number, it changes it to pink and shows you that, there's a warning there that you got negative inventory values going out for the next day.
So as you're buying through there, like I'll put the number in to buy, and then so will there be a PO cut for just for that buy? Like say, so you put a 375 and you put 2,000 in. When BJ sees that, will they just cut one PO for those total amounts?
Yeah, they'll cut a PO for that amount. So good question. Each day and each DC will get its own purchase order. So there'll be one purchase order for that 375. There'll be another one for this 355. If these two items here are going to the same DC and they're on the same day, they'll be put on one purchase order.
Okay. Yeah, because when I do my buys, I build them by the load, so they're full load quantities going in all the different items that we use, and so that's why I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get a PO for each item that I do, because I build it by the truckload with all the items.
Yep.
So good. Cool.
Yeah. So there's a separate step right after this panel when BJ's comes in and does the buy for that day. We break it down by DC, by DC and day. So anything that's going to the same DC on the same day is on the same purchase order.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep, I'm with you.
Okay, and that's what you want?
Right.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you just come in here and enter in your values, whatever you think they need to be. Again, you can do your what if scenarios. You can go out as far as you need to go. Those do carry out as far as you can see.
Good.
All right.
Yeah, because what I do now, so like yesterday, I bought all my orders I put in all my inventory or my purchases for next week. And so what I'll do is how we can go ahead and change the estimated inventory or estimated outbounds. I'll go through and adjust a little bit just to make sure that I'm carrying a little bit heavier in the DCs. And so so this system actually kind of runs the same way as that does, so it'll be a pretty good, easy transition.
It should be, yep.
As far as the buying and stuff, so cool.
Okay, good. So then all you have to do is once you go through and enter all your stuff, you just come down here and you click Save Changes.
Yeah.
And then when BJ's comes in, they're looking at exactly the same screen that you have up here. But they have access to this Buy Inventory button. They come in, look at it. If it looks good, they just press the Buy Inventory button. And when they press that, it presents them with a dialog that says, okay, which days do you want to buy for? And it'll say, you want to buy for the 17th through the 21st. Okay, let's buy for all 4 of those days. And then it takes them to the next screen, and they basically just verify the loads. They verify the prices. They verify that they're getting it from you guys, and then it creates the POs, and then you get notified. And then the sort of the PO creation change process begins after that.
Okay, super.
Okay.
Well, that seems relatively easy.
Good. I'm glad. That was our intention. So, one of the things I did want to just note to you too is that we have this advanced search filters button over here, and so there's a drop down for vendor that would probably be, since it's just going to be you guys, that would probably just be populated with Potandon there. But if you wanted to look for just a particular product, you can type any part of the name in here or number, and it'll filter it down. Okay. Similarly, if you want to just look at all of the products going into a particular location, you can click on this, and when you get in there and actually look at it, you'll see Rocky Hill, Elkton, and Orlando in there. You can filter the list of items by that information. That's pretty much it.
Look at all of one DC at one time and just do all the buying for that DC, then do all the buying for the next DC if I can just sort it that way. So that's cool.
Yep. Yeah, and you don't even actually have to use an item catalog. You can simply just put the item number in here. You can just say, if you put blue in there and just do a search, you might get a warning like just saying it's going to load a lot of data, but you can just, it loads it relatively quick. And now all you see is just your blue items, whatever those are. So you can search by them. You don't even have to use the item catalog. So,
nice.
Similarly, if you wanted to just filter it out by the location, like you said, show me all my products that are going into Elkton. Well, there you go. So,
cool.
All right. Just a couple minor features. You can collapse these buttons down here on the left. You can collapse or expand the days if you want to just see what you're going to have in inventory for any particular day. And then if you say, well, I want to focus on Wednesday here, I see this is kind of where I'm going negative. You just click on it, it expands the column.
Oh.
Okay. And then you can collapse it if you want to, and then move on to the next, and you can sort of see, just day by day if you want to, but your whole date range in view at the same time. So I don't know if that's particularly helpful to you or not, but that is an option too.
Yeah, no, because it kind of takes away some of the mess, or like, if you have so much information in there or whatever, you just want to like look at one thing, then yeah, no, that's cool.
Yep. And if you want to return it back to the way it was, you just use the expand all button down here at the bottom. So.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Any other questions? Let's see. Let me just make sure, Joey, I covered everything here. Covered the hover over for the purchase orders, so you'll get to see that. You can make the edit right from there. The buy values carry all the way out to the end. We talked a little bit about what constitutes the OB value and the times of the day and when those change. Talked about saving, how to save, how to search, how to filter. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, I think it's the portal is pretty simple as far as, like I said, the transition is going to be pretty easy getting over to this versus what we're doing in Googling. So.
Okay, good deal.
Plus, it actually be simpler being able to change the numbers here because right now I got to switch screens between the two to change the quantity, then go back into inventories and stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, no, that'd be nice.
Yeah, we heard that one from BJ's and from you guys and other vendors who are doing the same thing for BJ's that I got to do a lot of screen hopping around right now. So, well, there isn't any reason why we can't allow you to just edit it right from this point. So.
Yeah, so that's going to be really nice. Like, because I have to do them on the weekends too, so I'm at home and have to have both my laptops up just so it makes it faster.
Oh, good grief!
Yeah. So yeah, this would be nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Any other questions?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, good enough. Well, just when you get a chance, just verify that you can get into the allocation worksheet by choosing that menu option over there. And if you can't, just let me know, and I'll make sure that your credentials and your security settings are correct, and then you should be able to get in there and do whatever you need to do and look at whatever you need to look at.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, Jeff.
All right, Joey. Hey, have a great weekend.
All right. You too.
And talk to you soon. Yep. Bye now.
You too. All right.